Good morning, students. So day 4, we are all in the second lesson. Actually, we already started the second lesson, is it? So we've seen how human are evaluated and what is archaeology, and we've seen the stages of human evaluation, and we've seen up to anthropology, is it? So actually the conversation was going on between the grandma and the Tamilini. Grandma explaining about the anthropologist, is it? So anthropologists have unearthed the footprints of humans in a country called the Tanzania. Tanzania is a place there we have more evidence about the anthropologists. Nothing, they are all old ancestors. We all came from monkey, no? So in that one of the category only anthropologists, apes we can tell. So that evidence we have in the Tanzania, in Africa, especially Eastern Africa. They were found in rock beds submerged under the under the sand. Under the sand, radiocarbon was used to ascertain the period. It is found out that the footprints of the humans they had discovered were about 3.5 million years old. So they found one footprint, no? So but when they are researching that, we come to know it was belongs to 3.5 million years old, especially. Okay, what's the technology means? Radiocarbon, it's one of the technology. It's one of the separate study in the archaeological department. Then when there is sudden change in nature, the living beings adapt themselves to the changes and survive. Humans have thus evolved over millions of years, adapting themselves to changing times. So from that particular 3.5 million years ago, the anthropologists are evaluated. Then slightly it was converted, what is it, becoming as a normal human. Then based on the natural, it's all was happen, everything was changed. That's only single organism, dinosaur, anthropologist. That group of thing will be called as apes, especially Homo sapiens, Homo erectus, is all the category. Okay, finally we that particular anthropologist, apes was converted as a become as a human, especially. So that's only modern human. So this all was because of nature, especially. Okay, so in some of the information, Cormorants learned to live in a caves. Lascaux caves in France is the evidence for the cave living of the Carmagan. Carmagan is one of the group of people, pa, we seen in the stages of evaluation, no? They all learn to live in the caves, especially. For that we have the evidence in the France, especially for cave living Carmagans. They habitude to they bury the dead. So what is it? They got one habit. What is it? The dead body will be buried. So it's all habit was not we are all following, which no, what all we are following, it's not happened suddenly. It's all one of the practice which continuing for number of years, 1,000 years, 5,000 years, 10,000 years. Okay, so only they are mentioning that buried habit was followed by the Karmagans. They are mentioning that, so that burying habit was before millions of year ago. We are all followed, so that only still we are all following, is it? So people and their habitat. So where are all these are all the categories. Species, you will tell this all. It's a group of people will be called as a apes, especially anthropologists, East Africa, Homo habilis South Africa, Homo erectus Africa and Asia, Neanderthal Eurasia, means Europe and Asia border is there, no, that will be called as Eurasia. Cormorants France, Peking China, Homo sapiens Africa, Heidelberg's London. This group will be called as apes, especially. Okay, this Homo sapiens is a current human will be called as a Homo sapiens from Africa. From Africa only the Homo sapiens are started to split all over the world. Okay, so this is a group of people called as group of apes, especially. Okay, so match the following chances is there, so check it properly. Okay, where we have the evidence where they evaluated. That's Australopithecus means East Africa. We have the evidence and they evaluated there only. Okay, a group of normally we want to tell means these are group of monkeys, apes. That's only. You should not tell monkey. It's apes. So this is one of the map. So that red color is there. No, there only it's most of the what is see Homo sapiens. We told no human from Eastern Africa only they started to spread all over the world. So from there they moved to Asia and North America and see India, some of the Australia part and South America, North America. Here all see that's only the migration of the Homo sapiens for the East Africa to other parts of the world. Okay. Okay. So again conversations. Grandma, will you explain it in detail? Grandma, human evaluation. It's very important 5 mark or maybe sometimes 2 mark. What is human evaluation? Human evaluation means the process through which the humankind changes and develops towards an advanced stages of life. See how the modern human has evolved. Human in erect position and walking on 2 legs happened much later. So, Homo sapiens we are telling means that Homo sapiens will walk in 2 legs, but before that Homo erectus or some other category uh, thing will not walk in 2 leg. It will be walk in 4 leg especially, and complete hair will be there in the body. But in Homo sapiens also after walking 2 leg also they got complete hair in our body. But after the some of the changes, it's taken number of years, 10,000 years, 5,000 years. Whenever wherever need we there only we have some of the uh, changes remaining all changed into somewhat. So that's only this all the changes, this all the evaluation changes in the thumb so that they can hold things tightly. We have some monkeys also have 5 fingers, we also have the 5 fingers, but the shape alone will be different. So that they changed actually, it taken so much of the years. Okay, development of the brain. Yeah, we developed actually. So some of the gene is if we studied properly means our next generation also will be studied properly. That's all we will tell sometimes gene. Okay, some habit will become what are all the grandfather they will do, that same thing will be done by the grand son or grand girl actually, grandson or granddaughter. Is it alright? It's all gene. So that's the development. So that's the thing that will be follow. Okay, so these are all the human evaluation. It's important question. Check it. Human evaluation. This okay. Modern humans. Homo sapiens who migrated cut off the eastern Africa settled in different parts of the world. Their lifestyle also evolved and they made it suitable to environs to which they lived. So humans in different places adopted different forms of the lifestyle based on the weather, climate and nature of a living place. Their physique and the complexion also differed. This resulted in formation of the different races. Human procreation resulted in an increase in the population. So Homo sapiens only developed in all the areas. They framed them based on the climate, based on the weather, based on the nature. They all moved from one place to another, and they got so much of the changes in their life. These all the changes was happen at the time of Homo sapiens only. That only they are all modern humans. Tamilini, grandma, it's fantastic. Sorry, Tamilini. Yeah, grandma. Yes, it is. I shall now explain how in detail how the Homo sapiens engaged in a hunting and gathering. Because now we are all human, no? We only Homo sapiens especially. At starting time nowadays only we have the agriculture and we are all preparing food ourselves and everything. But olden days they not having an idea about the agriculture and they not having an idea about the food. So only they will do hunting only. Hunting and food gathering. Tamil, you will be surprised to know that millions of years ago, our ancestors lead a nomadic life. Nomadic life means what? They will not stay in one place. They will be move all over the places. They lived in a groups in a cave or a mountain range. Each group consisted 30 to 40 people. They kept on moving search of the food. They hunted pig, deer, bison, rhino, elephant, bear or food. They also scavenged and animals killed by the wild animals like a tiger. They learned the art of fishing They collected honey from bees, plucked fruits from the trees, and dug tubers from the ground. They also collected grains from the forest. Once their food resource got exhausted in that one area, they moved another one place in search of food. They wore hides of animal and barks of the trees and leaves for protecting their bodies during winter. So humans began hunting to satisfy their need for food, especially. So what is that? So hunting and gathering. It's a 5 mark question. Explain about the hunting and gathering. Hunting and gathering. So they will not stay in one place. That's only nomadic life. Now like means what? For example, now when they reach one place means they will live there for certain time, up to what time means they are all up to they are getting the food in that particular place means they will stay. If it's all over, they are not having any food in that place means they will start to move for another place. That's really nomadic life, especially. And the people will be lived in the caves and the mountain ranges. There will be group of people, 30 people, 40 people, they are like that. They will split, segregated as a group. And they kept on moving in the search of food. What are all the things they will hunt means pig, deer, bison, rhino, elephant, bear for food. And at that time, at starting time, they don't know how to uh, what is it, in what kind they want to eat. As green also they will eat, especially they know to prepare the food, no. So that's the thing. Okay, they started to know the heart of fishing, nothing. Start to know the fishing, and start to collect the money, honey. So these are all new to them at the starting time. So, but they are all done this food and gathering, hunting and gathering. Okay, so they followed the nomadic life. They will not stay in one place. Okay, and they moved all over the places, and they will satisfy their need for food. Then art of flacking, keep the stone in the bottom and sharpening it within another stone. uh, Nothing, they sharpening the stone, because olden days they not having any metal. Nowadays only we have the different metal, but in olden days they not having any metal. They don't know about that. So they used stone as a tool. So they will make the stone as a knife or as a arrow and everything. That was made by another stone only. That will be called as a flacking. They will make that particular tool in a sharp. You can see in picture. You can see in picture. And another one here on picture is there. Olden days we will got uh, fire, but not in this picture. It will be in next picture, I think so. So both the picture is showing they will make the tool by using another one stone. That's it. Okay. Then again, grandma, do you know the weapons that the early humans used for hunting? I have no idea, grandma. Can you tell me about hunting practices? So this is all the picture. If you see me, this is all the picture. It will be like a tool for hunting. Completely it was made by stones only, not by any other metal or some other. Completely it was made by stone. Okay, so the flint stone they used especially for making the stone. So they help, because they with the wood they can't hunt the animal, no. So they need some tool, so they went for stone. And again, why were the axes made, grandma? The axes were made to cut the tree, remove the barks, big pits, hunt animal, and remove the skin of the animal. For this all, so axes normally nowadays we are using for cutting the wood, but on the day maximum they are used for cutting wood also, for some other also. Grandma, Tamil, do you know what the exit stage was after making the stone tools? Tamil, I don't know, grandma. What would it be? Humans discovered the use of fire. So we start to use the stone, and after that only they start to find the fire. Fire nowadays we have the matchbox. By using that we are all getting the fire. In the olden days they not having any idea about the fire, but they got that fire by using the stone, by scrapping the phone. What is the stone? Do you know, even today in the villages of the Nilgiris district in Tamil Nadu, people have the habit of making fire without use of matchbox. Still, that habit is there in some of the hills region. Okay. The first humans were afraid of fire and lightning. Probably fire caused by lightning had killed many wild animals. Humans tasted the flesh of the killed animals, which was soft and tasty. This made humans aware of the effect of the fire. So at first humans were afraid of the fire and lightning. Yes, whatever it may be newly, one thing if you find, if you see means it will be afraid only. After some days only we will be practiced in that, then we will be the afraid will not be there. Probably fire caused by the lightning and killed many wild animals. Human tasted the flesh and of killed animals which was soft and tasty. This made the humans aware of the effect of fire. They used to flintstone to make the fire and used it to protect them for predators, from predators. Predator means what? Hmm. Enemies we will tell, um, which will affect that particular people. That all will be called as a predators. For cooking and food and for creating a light during night. Predator means nothing strangers. Okay, maybe the human or maybe some of the animal. From that all the fire protected them. Not only for that, for cooking food and creating the light during the night. Thus fire become important of the man in the olden times. So give some words about the fire in the olden days. It's one of the question we will so these are all the information you want, right? Okay, then how many pages we seen? 2, 3. Just a minute. The pages are loading actually. Okay, 2, 3, and we are in the fourth pages. So innovation of wheel and pot making. Up to that we will wind up. Okay. So again, Tamilni. What next, grandma? You will be surprised to know that the next human invention was the wheel. So after fire only they are finding the wheel. First they start to use the stone for tools. Then after by using the stone they got the fire. Then after only they got the wheel, especially invention of the wheel. You will be surprised to know that next to human invention was the wheel. This was the first scientific invention of the humans using their brain and the cognitive skills, different thinking, that's only. Okay, intelligent skill. So invention of the wheel. The invention of the wheel by human is considered to be the foremost invention. When humans saw the stones rolling down from the mountains, probably they would have got the idea after making the wheel. Just one assumption only. The stones will be the what is that from the mountain. The stones rolling down means by seeing that they they invented wheel. It's one of the assumption only, maybe. Okay, example. So based on that, the human invented the wheel. I think they are all thought especially. Then the same by using the wheel, they start to use the pot. Nowadays, if you see in the pot making also, it made by wheel only. Okay, so that's only pot making. Humans learned to make a pot with clay. The invention of the wheel made pot making easier, and pots made were burnt to the making in it stronger. They decorated pots with lots of colors. The colors dyes were made from the extracts of the roots, leaves, or the box. Maximum the colors they will got from the plants only. By using that particular color, they'll make the pot in a different colors, especially. The natural dyes were used in a rock paintings. That's only which they are getting the color from the plant, no, that they used for rock painting and coloring for the pot. So by using, so they find the stone for what? For hunting. Actually they used to stick on something, but it's not good for the hunting, so they went for stone. By using the stone, they created so much of the tools. By using that same stone, they find the fire. After finding fire, they start to what is that prepare the food slightly. By using that after that invention of the wheel, it's a very great example for the how much great skills humans are having. Without any technology, nothing, they find the wheel. By that wheel, they start to use the pot. They start to making the pot. On that pot, they start to color by using some of the natural colors which were from the plant. So like that only slightly developed of the humans, especially. So we are all homo sapiens, especially. So what's a stone we used for to making tool and making getting the fire? Flint stone. What is it? flint stone. Normally we will tell chikimuki, but we want to use flint stone only. What is that? Flint stone. Okay, so that's it about today. So remaining things we can see in next class. Maybe in next class we will finish this lesson. Okay, so see the complete video, understand properly, check the question properly, give the answers, present it properly, write the handwriting properly. Okay, so stay safe, stay home. Thank you.